Happy New Year to our viewers out there, and you're welcome to the first episode, or edition rather, of Nimasa podcast in 2026. Today we'll be looking at the new year and then, some of the visions and missions and ambitions that comes with January, particularly when people make visions or they drop some board for themselves. This year I'm going to lose weight. The gyms are full in January. Organizations are making, plans and all that. And then we're asking a question: how long does this last? And to answer this question today is with me in the studio is my colleague, Onyeka Okafor. You're welcome, Onyeka.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, Onyeka.
Same to be.
Welcome. So now, like I said during my introduction, it's January, right? And then, at the beginning of every year, people are telling you check on people's maybe WhatsApp status. People are telling you this year, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. It feels like, and then once it gets towards like January ending and February, it seems that vision is lost. They go into the gym, everything is gone. What happens? Why?
Okay. Like you said, the new energy or hype, I will call it, usually is always high during January, February. But by mid-February, March, you tend to see people get slower or start moving slowly. It's not because they are tired or lazy, but, the year comes with resolutions, motivations that I will do this. You tend to hear people say, I will lose weight, I will be better at my savings, I will do this and I'll do that. But I will call it over-ambitious goals because people tend to set goals that they cannot or will not be able to fulfill or achieve in time. Not because they are tired or they are lazy. It's just because there is no structure to those goals. They just said it out of the hype of the new year. It's a new year. It's 2026. I'm going to do this and do that. It's because there's no structure, there's no plan, and there's no process towards those goals they've put in place. But I think if they can put structure to those goals or achieve it a day at a time, it will be better.
Okay, so hold your thought there now. This does not only, affect people. It also affects organizations, right?
Yeah.
They come with ambitious goals. We're going to have this target this year. We're going to achieve this year. Between January and so time, we're going to achieve X, Y, Z and all that. And then maybe the tempo is high in January, right? And then when you're getting towards February, it feels like the people are really tired.
Yeah.
Maybe for people that stay in Lagos particularly, Lagos is a bit of a stressful state because you have to be in traffic for a while and all that. So, for people like for organizations, why do you think they are not able to sustain, their New Year goals?
First, I'll say probably lack of motivation on the part of the workforce, right? For you to push further in a process, you need to retreat and come back and restart and reset. If there is no proper retreating process, it's kind of hard. For people that have gone on holiday, life has happened. Everybody has gone on enjoyment levels, and now they are back to work. Even coming back to work this morning was a bit hard, even on my part. So it is more like a retreat on the part of the workforce when you can get people, the team that works for an organization, to come together and then, put their thoughts in process. As I said before, achieve a day at a time. Yes. Okay, this is what we want to do for the first quarter, January to March. And you put those processes. Even the Bible says that you should make your goals plain. You should write them down.
Write the visions.
Yes, and make it very plain.
Exactly.
So this is what you're supposed to do. And I'm talking in terms of organizations. So when you get your workforce down and you bring them together, this is what we plan to achieve in this first quarter. Not rushing that by the end of 2026 or by the end of December, we should have made $10 billion in. You should start small, a day at a time, achieve these processes one after the other, and before you know it.
Okay, so nice. I like what you're saying. Yes, it's one day at a time, right? But as a person or as an organization, whichever it is, at a point you would know when you know that your goals are waning. Like it's no more looking like it's lofty anymore, right? At that point, when you already know that, okay, January the energy is so high, second week, third week, maybe end of January, and then by February first week, it feels like, don't you think there's a need for stock taking, right? Take your stock and say, okay, What did we get it wrong? If we do that, don't you think it's going to be better as individuals and as organizations? What do you think about that?
Very important. As stock taking is key. Yes. I will say that for organizations, right, once you are able to retreat and do stock taking also, it will help the team and help team effort to be much more driven and the goals that you've set in place to be achievable. Because for humans and for people, yes, when you keep doing something consistently and trying to do things and you do not see result, you might actually get tired. You might actually, you might feel overwhelmed. I think the whole point for organizations and for teams and for
And for
workforce,
individuals
yes,
too.
and also for individuals, stock taking is key, right? When you are able to achieve this particular
Milestone. Yeah.
it is going to set in motion the rest of the year and to set in motion the rest of the goals.
Also, now let me ask you this about sustaining the efforts or the tempo, that started with the January, the energy of January. How do people sustain this energy all through the rest of the year so that they eventually achieve their goals at the end of the year?
Zeal, discipline, consistency, as well as time efficiency. To consistently do something for a long period of time, it needs to have zeal and discipline in it. These are not just mere words because they are key to your daily lifestyle. They help in every way. So I intend to lose 30 kg by the end of the year, right? I don't just start January to March and leave it. I tell you, when you do not consistently use the gym is when you add more weight to the already weight that you've gained already because you just started and left it halfway or even midway. So you must be disciplined, right? You must be zealous and you must consistently pick up the pace at every point. So it's a step at a time. I tend to do this, or I want to get a car by December 2026, right? So whatever savings you can actually bring out from wherever you can, you should actually put it, as you said, stock keeping, right? I will consistently bring out 50K at every, I don't know how much to get a car right now is, but then again, yes, I must consistently bring out this amount of money, right? So that by the end of the year, right, I have this amount that can get me a car. So if I do that by the end of the month, whether the money is sufficient enough, whether the money is not sufficient enough, but I consistently or painstakingly removed this money and kept it aside, I tell you, by the end of December, when you go back, you will see that there will be something tangible. That is, it cuts across to every sphere and area of our life. That you want to do anything, you have to be consistent, you have to be disciplined, and you have to be zealous. And that is key.
Thank you very much. The last question is this now. We're in the maritime sector, right?
Yeah.
And our immediate stakeholders in the PR unit is, we have the media. What's your word for our media stakeholders in the Nigerian maritime sector for this year, 2026?
I like to tell them that they should track their progress. It's important. I know that the maritime space will do a lot this year. Yes, we're going to achieve a lot.
Especially at another one category C.
Yes, our glory days are here. So
yes, definitely.
Yes, we intend to achieve a lot. So they should be on ground to track every progress to our space and to Nigeria. Because even in our coastal waters and in the Gulf of Guinea, we intend to do a lot. We do not give ourselves the credit that we should give ourselves. We should, actually. if you check the banking industry, aviation, you will see them a lot everywhere. But then again, I tell our media stakeholders that, yes, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, as a peak agency in the maritime space, will do a lot, and they should actually be in place to track our progress.
Thank you very much, Onyeka. It's been nice speaking with you on this segment of Nimasa podcast. So, to our viewers out there, we've been talking about the new year and what comes with the new year. So many phrases in terms of visions, I want to achieve this and I want to achieve that. But you've learned today, you've told us that get motivated. You should be zealous. You should be consistent. These are the ways that you can win in 2026. So with this, we're wishing you a happy new year and a fruitful 2026 all the way from Nimasa. Thank you very much. My name is Femi Kumuyi. I remain your host. Thank you.